So the number one thing that kind of kills your creative flow and your creative process is you guarding your creativity. Let's say you have one idea or something, some random thing that goes inside your mind, and you have this creative output, you have this creative flow. And instead of trying and letting it out, instead of putting any sort of use into it, you're guarding it. You're guarding it with your entire life. And you're keeping it a secret. You don't want anybody else to know about it. You're like, no, nobody should know my secret. Nobody should know about this creative idea. What if they steal this? What if they steal this and implement this and have an amazing outcome in the future? And I will be missing out. Now, if you're guarding your creative ideas or any sort of creative endeavors or any sort of things that run into your mind, instead of letting it out, you're essentially, what you're doing is you're blocking yourself. And instead of allowing other ideas or other creative inspirations or project to hit you, you're kind of essentially blocking yourself. You're putting yourself, it's like you're shooting yourself right in the foot. Instead of implementing them, instead of letting it out into the world, you're like keeping those ideas to themselves. So when you keep your ideas to yourself, not letting it flow, it kind of blocks you. And what I mean by it blocks you is you don't have much more space for any other ideas to flourish. You're so attached to that one idea. You're so attached to that secret that you're keeping from the world. You tend to not absorb or not allow any other intellectual ideas or any other creative, inspiration to ever strike. You're so attached to that one thing, you don't want to accept any other thing or any other inspiration on your way. So the best thing that you can do is start letting out. You don't have to hold on to that one thing. You don't have to hold on to that one sacral secret geometry that you've been so fixated and attached to. Because when you keep gatekeeping all these secrets, not letting it out outside the world, or not having the fear of being, having the fear that somebody else will come and steal your work, somebody else will come and steal your idea. It's just you being too attached to it. And when you're attached to something, and when you're essentially have that fear of somebody else coming and stealing your idea or stealing your work, stealing your creativity, stealing anything creative that's in your mind, it will eventually happen. It's like you're manifesting it. And that means if you have that fear, and you're constantly guarding your idea, your project, that means you have not grown beyond that idea. You have just stopped your growth there, because just when you stop, thinking about it, when you start ideas flow naturally, and you're not thinking about anyone else coming and stealing your ideas, you tend to find more ideas come through you. You tend to find more things to think about. You tend to absorb more information, more ways to be more creative about. And if you're being attached, if you're so focused on that one thing, that's all you have. That's why many people, many mentors, many gurus in this space, they hold on to that one secret. Just holding on to that one technique, one secret, and they fail to absorb new ideas. Go try explaining any new ideologies to people who have been teaching and preaching the same old thing for 20, 25, 30 years. You just can't. You just can't. They're so ignorant. They're so stuck in their old ways. That's why the term is called, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Because they're so ignorant, they're so caught up in their own world that they refuse to allow new ideas to flourish through inside. So when you stop being so attached to those old principles, to those old ideas, you will allow new ideas to flourish inside and completely rejuvenate yourself. And that's why you see so many gurus, right? As I mentioned before, they're so caught up on those old ideas, and you realize that that is where their growth stopped. All right, just when they started holding on to that one secret, that one idea, that is when their growth actually stopped. After that, they have not grown. After that, they have not even thought about any new ideas or any new other ways. They have not reinvented themselves. They're just stuck in their old ways and old patterns, and they're just stuck. That's where your growth stops. So, do you want your growth to stop like them? If not, let your ideas flourish. Give them light. Let them see the light of the day. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.